Hi everybody, my name is Susan MKE. I'm the chef and owner of the Pasta Tree Restaurant and Wine Bar in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is my second year of the International Women's Series. I started it last year. It was March 8th, it was International Women's Day, and I just wanted to wish all of my girlfriends happy International Women's Day. And I started tagging people on Facebook, and it just became like really overwhelming, and had a little bit of an aha moment and thought, wow, I got a lot of really powerful, beautiful, amazing, influential women in my life, and I really wanted to celebrate them. I felt really honored actually to be surrounded by such amazing women. All of them really are like independent, business owners, just heavy hitters in the community. I wanted to find a way to celebrate them and I guess selfishly also incorporate my restaurant. So I thought about it and I came up with honoring each of these women, one per month, and had them pick a dish that was meaningful to them. Brought them into the restaurant and we prepared the dish, and then that dish is featured for the month that they were designated. So we began the year of International Women's Series. We were very fortunate enough to raise over $7,500 for the three charities that I picked. The charities are Savage Support, which I'm on the board of, a founding member also. What we do is we assist women and men who are diagnosed with breast cancer, but they need help with maybe doing their laundry or help with getting their groceries, maybe someone to come in and prepare their meals for them, folding their laundry, taking them to their doctor's appointment. We had one woman that it was amazing. She was a huge gardener, and she, because of her diagnosis, she wasn't able to tend her garden. So we went in and we actually had some Boy Scouts come in and help do the garden for her. So she was able to actually have her garden without physically being able to do it herself. So that's Savage Support. The second charity is Courage Milwaukee, which I'm so just grateful and honored to know Brad and Nick, who are the founders of it. This year has been just amazing because they were able to open Courage Milwaukee House. It's just been amazing to actually see their dream come to fruition and be a part of this. I'm just so humbled by it. Courage Milwaukee is focused on the LGBTQ community youth that are homeless. When I first became part of helping out with Courage Milwaukee, I was just astonished at how many homeless children we have here in our beautiful community of Milwaukee. I grew up here, and to know that there are so many homeless children on the streets is just, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking of it. It's just devastating to me. And if I can help to get these kids off the street and give them a purpose and know that they are loved by all of us and they are unique in their own ways and beautiful and amazing, and now to be able to give them a home to teach them the skills and to get them ready for the community. I'm going to go in and teach them how to cook some meals, and with the funds that were raised this year, we were actually able to purchase dressers for the Courage Milwaukee home. And I literally went online and purchased the dressers. They were delivered, the boys put them together, and they're using them today. So to be part of a charity that where your money's going, you can walk in and physically touch what you helped bring toward the charity is amazing. Obviously, it's very dear to my heart. And then the third charity is Express Yourself Milwaukee. And again, that is focused toward the youth. It's more through the arts. So what they do is they put on an annual fundraiser. The whole year, the children are part of every aspect of the charity. And Lori Vance this year is actually part of the International Women's Series, and she is the founder of Express Yourself Milwaukee. So the kids from day one, they're learning how to play instruments. They're part of the graphic designs, designing their t-shirts. They do the backdrops for the performance that they put on. They choreograph, they sing, they dance. It's just amazing. And that is also helping to keep our youth just off the streets or sitting home playing video games, all day. It's getting them active in the community and teaching them skills. One of the women that she started with Express Yourself Milwaukee as a child, she now plays in the Milwaukee Symphony, and she learned to play the violin through Express Yourself Milwaukee. So just amazing. And I'm, again, just so thrilled to be a part of that. And these 3 charities are near and dear to my heart. This is our 2nd year. The momentum is building, and I'm patting myself on my own back because I'm really proud of what I've done and created. We're making a difference here in Milwaukee, and it really means a lot to me to do that, be part of my community, and also get you into the pasta tree and teach you and educate you about all these beautiful women that are a part of my life. So thank you, and I hope to see you in the restaurant. And if you want any information, just take a look at our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our website. I look forward to you joining in on our series. So thank you, have a great day, and cheers. Hi everybody, welcome to our June episode of International Woman Series. June, we are featuring A.J Dixon of Lazy Susan, a restaurant here in Milwaukee. AJ, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. AJ's dish is chicken Provencal, which fits right in with the pasta tree. And AJ, I guess you can just kind of tell us a little bit about your recipe and also about the restaurant and about the wonderful things that you're doing for the community.
Yeah.
Yep.
So chicken Provencal is just, the dish came about as a long time ago. I was looking for something to make with X amount of ingredients that I had in my cupboard. So I looked at recipes and I was like, oh, chicken Provencal. We have everything for that. We can make that. The first time I made it, I did black olives because my daughter really liked black olives. And there's different variations you can find out there and different recipes. And I kind of just tailored it into like what I like and what I have laying around. I prefer it with capers versus olives.
Yep.
I'm not too big of an olive person, but
well, and unless you would add them at the very end, like for service, because otherwise they take over the whole.
They can.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. And
I
like olives, but on their own.
No, I like the brininess of capers in this with everything else. So it just that's kind of just how the dish kind of came up, was me looking something up with what I had at home. I had all of these ingredients and everyone in my house liked it, and I've just been making it in different variations and versions until I kind of eventually had my own.
Great.
So yeah, Lazy Susan's located 2378 South Howell Avenue in Bayview. I opened the restaurant about 5 years ago. It was named after my mother. There is dark humor in that. She passed away when I was 14. So generally we just say, she's Lazy Susan because she should be doing something what she shouldn't have done. But that's kind of how that came. She was a phenomenal cook. We used to cook together all the time when I was growing up. My best memories of her are, making food with her and doing things with her, watching food-related TV shows and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I decided to end up doing this, because this is what she should have done versus what she did end up doing.
So you're saying she should have been the one to open a restaurant?
Yeah.
So she was like that great of a cook, and
she really was. She was really talented. Sewing, music, food. She was just really good.
An artist, really.
Yeah, for sure. Stained glass. She used to do that too.
Oh, cool.
Growing up with that. So yeah, eventually I worked at a bunch of different restaurants, went to culinary school. We have a focus on gluten-free, vegetarian, not necessarily vegan, but we focus on dietary restrictions necessarily.
Yep. I like that. I try to promote that for you too.
Yeah, we're that place that you can have a safe meal if you're celiac. 90% of our menu is generally always gluten-free. When I worked at Centro and River West, Pat was celiac, and it was just like you own a pasta restaurant, Pat, and you can't eat wheat. So
what can we do that you can enjoy food just as much as anybody else?
So it was kind of me experimenting with a lot of things there, which gave me the knowledge and the use for what I do now.
Yeah.
So
where some people are so intimidated by that, I know like here at the Pasta Tree, I love when someone comes in with a dietary restriction because it's more creativity for me.
Yes.
Because I want them to have just as great of an experience as another person has eating something.
I wish more chefs would think about it like that.
I really do.
A lot of them complain and oh God, no. And don't complain. This is your chance to be really creative and do something with it.
This is for your area to shine. And if you give them a great meal, they're going to want to come back again.
Yes,
a lot of people didn't know that the Pasta Tree does gluten-free.
Yeah.
I don't make it myself because I don't feel comfortable saying that, because we do have a lot of things going on here that aren't gluten-free. But I have tasted so many different products, and I have really great gluten-free ravioli, which, I have a friend that's gluten-free, and she's like, I just want ravioli. And, I tasted a bunch of different kinds and just got the best product that I could.
And you have to. And
for sure.
And
I've actually eaten it, you know, and been like, this is really good. I could do this,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
But
for
then I
sure.
like my ribeye too, you know, so. So we can start with we have chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs that we're just going to season with salt and pepper really well.
Yep. I'll get the stove on here. And AJ and I have something big in common. We both our kitchens are very small.
Very
so
small.
Here at the Pasta Tree, we have no walk-in coolers or freezers. AJ
I
either.
have no walk-in, no fridge.
So it was kind of nice when she came in today to see the kitchen. She's like, wow, like yours is just as small as mine.
Yep. Yeah.
And we do a lot of amazing things out of these little kitchens.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
Yeah. So we also need onion, right?
Yep.
So I can kind of start cutting this?
You can just dice it up small.
Okay. I love that we're using the pancetta. I love
I'm going to do this and this.
Yep. Let's get rid of these.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is while you're doing that, the pan is on. I'm going to actually do the pancetta first.
Okay.
Because I like to get the flavor of that.
And use that oil
Yep.
for the fat for the chicken.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. And I'm going to, I'm assuming this is oil.
Yes. Oh, no, that's
Nope,
lemon juice.
that is lemon juice.
You got extra virgin here.
Oh, perfect.
And then white wine and
Sure.
a cameo.
So throw a little splash of that in there.
So I'm just gonna dice up. You can see with the onion, I got rid of a lot of it because it was bruised. Not quite sure why, but.
So we're gonna get that kind of crispy, and
Okay.
then we'll pull it out, and then we're gonna brown our thighs.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna build our sauce.
Okay.
And then we'll put the chicken back in, we'll put it in the oven, we let it kind of do it, and then we finish the sauce. So
Okay.
it's actually a really easy dish. It seems and sounds more labor intensive than anything. But I like it because it's something that you could put in a crock pot if you wanted.
Oh yeah.
Do it in the oven. You could just do it on the stove the whole time. I mean, there's different things that you can do.
Yep.
You know, you could pull the chicken and serve the chicken pulled in a sauce. I like to just do a whole piece of chicken with sauce over it.
Yep.
And then, you know, mashed potatoes, pasta, polenta. I mean, you can serve it on pretty much anything.
Right. I love that you're using the thighs too. I think that those are kind of underrated. You know, I mean, I love the thighs because there's way more flavor.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people don't really know that. They think the breast is the best, and you're going to get way more flavor from dark meat.
Always.
You know, and if you're trying to watch your fat and all that kind of stuff, you can saute these and you can take the skin
That's
out. I
good-
don't.
That's good fat.
Yeah, I don't,
Oh,
but
man.
you know, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
it
you know,
is.
some people think that way and they're really watching it, but I wish more people use thighs because I think there's just so much more
Right.
flavor with them.
They're very forgiving too.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
That's okay. The meat's just going to fall off the bone. It's
Yep.
going to be better. They
Yep,
don't
where
dry
a
out.
breast would just be so dry,
Dry
and
and tough.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'll start making the polenta
Sure.
also.
Yeah,
So just got right here.
you can do that. That can go.
Oh, by the way, AJ, we're gonna serve it on polenta.
Yeah, that's fine.
I decided.
That's almost done. Let that go a little
I love it.
crispier. I am going to just cut up a shallot
Okay.
because I go different ways. If I have garlic at home, I'll put garlic in this. If I have shallots, I'll do shallots. If I have garlic and shallot, I'll do a combination of it. At the restaurant, we actually always cook with a garlic shallot combination.
Okay. Do you puree them?
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
So it's always a garlic shallot combination that we pretty much put in the majority of all of our dishes.
And we're garlic.
Yeah.
Garlic in everything. So I'm making polenta, and polenta is basically like a cornmeal. But we jazz it up with a lot of butter, and I use a Romano Pecorino
Oh, nice.
blend. So I'm bringing some chicken stock up to a boil. And at the restaurant, I usually don't use chicken stock. I use veg stock because even though the dish is served with a meat, just in case someone wants polenta on their own and they are vegetarian, they're able to have it.
Vegetarian.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
I'm always trying to kind of think that way, you know. I'm also just gonna season my chicken stock with a little salt and pepper.
All right, so I'm gonna pull that aside. And then next, I'm gonna put in my thighs. And notice I'm doing this off the heat just because there's a lot of oil in the pan right now.
Yep.
And I don't want it to get too hot and to sputter and flare up everywhere.
Yep.
And then I'll just slide it back on.
Yep. Nice safe measure, Chef.
Safe measures always. Always. I try to say
safety first, right?
Safety first always. So.
Okay, so we're just going to get a nice golden brown on these, right?
Yep, nice golden brown.
Kind of waiting for my chicken stock to boil here. I also need some cream. So tell me about you went to culinary school and stuff. You're married, you have two children.
I'm married, I have 2 children. So I went to culinary school right out of high school. I graduated high school in 2000, went to culinary school and graduated in 2002.
Did you, now because your mom was such a wonderful cook and stuff, did you feel like, why did you think you still needed to go to culinary school? Just because you wanted to have a degree? Or
part of it was that.
Yeah.
Part of it was I wanted to learn more things.
Yeah, technical
I wanted to learn
things,
technicality.
Like terms and stuff like that.
Terms and sauces and technicality. I wanted to go to college. I was the first one in my household to go to college and graduate.
Right on.
So I mean, there was that, not necessarily that pressure, but I wanted to go to college.
And your mom was still alive at this time?
No.
No.
So yeah.
14, I'm sorry.
Yep, no, that's okay. So it was just a combination of a lot of things that I had a really rough household growing up. My mother was an alcoholic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And just growing up in that environment and everything, and she never had a stable job. There was welfare involved and things like that.
Yeah.
And being living like that, that I
wanted to
be
too,
better.
Probably.
And I wanted to do better, and I wanted to be like you can do better for yourself.
Yep.
A lot of people in situations like that just feel that they're stuck and they're trapped and they don't know how to
get out of it.
And I was
so then the cycle continues.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this is what I'm going to do.
Good for you, AJ. That's a strong woman.
Yeah, and that's what it was.
That's why she's an international woman.
So my great-grandmother at one point in time had offered to pay for my mother to go to culinary school if she had stopped drinking, and she never took that offer.
Wow.
And that's kind of where the lazy kind of comes
Lazy Susan.
It's just certain aspects of it.
I like that. I never knew that about the name of the restaurant. It's cute.
People will ask us, like, oh, are you Susan? And we go, no, she's laying around somewhere. And they just kind of give us, like, it's okay. Like,
I love it. I love that I know that now.
Things happen. Life happens. You can either move forward or you can dwell on it. I chose to move forward.
You move forward and to play with it.
Yeah.
Because I thought Lazy Susan was the Lazy Susan, that you put stuff on and spin it around.
Which it is. We have those too.
Yeah.
We have those too. So, yeah, that's kind of how that happened. So I decided to become a chef because she should have and she didn't.
Yep.
So, and
I love it.
And
You're doing it in her.
Yeah.
And to really make a difference you should be very proud of yourself. I guess that's what I'm kind of trying to say is because,
for sure.
Like you said, it is really easy to just follow in those
footsteps
and thank God you did it,
Yeah.
And on that note, being proud, you do so much for the community too. Your restaurant is just so cute. It's so whimsical, and I think you're you don't see it here at the pastry, but I collect salt and pepper shakers. I think you do too.
Yep.
So she's always posting just such adorable
different ones.
Yeah,
I
really cool things.
I have a couple hundred sets.
Yeah, wow.
A lot.
Yeah, really cool.
So we do different things for the community. I do a Costa Rica fundraiser every year for Deer Creek Elementary School because the 8th grade class goes to Costa Rica. So I do a whole Costa Rica dinner, and 100% of the money goes, to the kids for their trip.
That's cool.
Tonight we're doing a gallery night for a teacher so that she can buy cameras for her class. She wants to do a photography unit.
Yeah.
I donate my time. I was very active with the American Liver Foundation for a while, doing stuff for them. There's a lot of things that, if I have the time, I'm more than willing to do it. Yeah.
Well, and then I guess talk a little bit about, in our industry, depression is a big thing.
Yes.
And
yes.
And with that comes alcoholism and drug abuse and
lots of things.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
And AJ has started a program or a
group.
A group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell people about that.
Yes, me and my friend Bruce Evans, this came up over a conversation one day. He had helped me with the event, and we just kind of were sitting there together talking about stuff and hashing it out, and realizing, wow, we're not the only ones that feel this way,
and no one's talking about it.
And no one's talking about it, and we would like to do something about it. So we started 86, a culinary collision, which is like a mental health and wellness group for people in Milwaukee in the restaurant industry that just kind of, it's a safe space if you need to talk. So the second Monday of every month, I open up my doors at Lazy Susan from noon to 2. I'm always there. Sometimes I'm the only person there, but I'm always there. To just, talk about things, and if anyone needs help, we, try to get them help and just deal with life and, realize that we're not the only one. We talk about, industry problems as business owners. There's a lot of different things that we talk about, and there's no hold bars, just kind of like we're going to talk and get it out there. So I also do that as well.
Yep, and it was just really great. And I think when I noticed it was we had a chef in our community had committed suicide.
Yeah.
It was kind of when it started, and it was like, we need to really address this and bring it out in the open instead of hiding from it. And not talking about it.
And the other part of it was that more business owners need to be more aware and conscientious about their staff and employees.
Yes.
Because a lot of it comes from that.
Yep.
And the long hours that we work, and when is it time to I need a break, and to take that break. And we don't often say that. It is okay to take a break, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead.
Nice color.
Yeah, I got some color. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull these back aside, because they're going to go back in the oven too.
Yep.
And they will get browner as they go.
And I have my polenta here. I'm going to add some butter and Parmesan and Romano.
Now some people would take all this lovely fat out of here.
I say leave it in there.
I'm going to leave it in there.
Yep. I agree.
And in I'm going to throw the onions and shallot.
Smells so good right now.
And what I'm going to do is when I'm teaching people how to cook is I go, when you can smell it. Sweating is when you can smell the vegetables.
Yep.
Some people don't understand what sweat means, and I'm like, well, it's like, how you can smell yourself when you sweat?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing when you're sweating vegetables. When you actually can smell them off the pan, then that means you're ready for the next step.
Yep.
Which a lot of people don't understand. So they won't cook them long enough. You want to get them just to, release their flavor and soften them slightly. So we're just going to kind of sweat these in here. Yep. And we're going to kind of scrape off the bottom, get a little fond, which is all the nice crusty bits in the bottom of the pan.
Yep, that's where all the flavor is.
Yeah, we want all of that.
And in that oil, we have a mix of the pancetta and the
olive oil and chicken fat, which
so
is really, really good.
That's a nice trilogy of goodness.
So let that go. Turn that up a little more. That right there.
And then I have tomato here and caper and some parsley and rosemary.
Perfect.
Oh, the vermouth too.
Yep. So got some tomatoes.
Do you want some garlic? I have some chopped garlic here.
We can throw a spoonful in there or two. It's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so the herbs will go in at the end. The tomatoes, if you've got crushed tomatoes at home, that's fine. Diced tomatoes at home. When I'm at the restaurant, I make this dish. I just do whole tomatoes and I hand crush them. So I'm just gonna go and just crush them up like this because I don't want it to be like a tomato puree. I want like just nice pieces of tomatoes. They're gonna cook down more as well. You can use either one. Just gonna wipe all the tomato off my hand now.
And you want the juices, you don't want to strain off
the juice.
Correct,
you want all of that because it's gonna reduce in the oven and it's gonna help create a really nice rich sauce.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna
smells great.
Yep, we're gonna stir that garlic in. Smell-o-vision, we can smell this now. So
it smells really good.
Now we're ready. We're gonna deglaze with vermouth.
We're making a little chicken martini.
Exactly. And then I'm gonna literally just cook this in just enough. I like to cook it into the vegetables. Mm-hmm. It'll soften them, but I always find that it gives the vegetables really nice flavor.
Yep.
And we're gonna let that go. Scrape all the stuff off the bottom of the pan.
want me to chop up some of this parsley?
You can do that, yeah. And that we'll throw that in at the end when we finish the sauce. So.
All right.
But yeah.
I'll get it ready.
That sounds great. So this is going, you can kind of see the bubbles are evaporating. That means, you know, everything's cooking into that. And it's almost to a point where I think we're good. I am going to throw the tomatoes in. I'm going to give this another stir. And you want just enough so that it doesn't completely cover the thighs, but that just the, you know, the bottoms maybe 3/4 to half the way are in there and submerged. We're going to add capers. And we're going to add back, sometimes I put the pancetta in now, sometimes I put it in at the end. We'll put it in now. Once again, it's forgiving.
Yep.
A little more salt and pepper. Not too much salt though, because capers are salty.
Yep. I did rinse them, but still they are. Yep.
They can be.
And even with my caper, I do just give them a very light rinse because you like that brining.
I like
you know, you don't want to rinse all that off either.
And then we're going to put our thighs back in.
Great, and I'll get some foil
like
to
that.
cover it.
So you can either put this in the oven at this point, or you can put it on the
Put it
stove
on the
the whole
stove,
time.
yep.
It all depends what you want to do. We're going to throw it in the oven.
And cover it. It's our fancy cover.
That's okay. We do what we got to do.
Yep.
I'm going to turn the heat off the stove so I can cover it.
Here's another one if you need it.
I think we're good.
Okay.
All right, and then
And put it in.
there we go.
Alrighty.
All right, so now you're going to see where our chicken's at.
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, it looks yummy.
Oh, it looks really good. All right. We're going to set that aside there.
It smells so wonderful.
Yeah. So now we're going to take the chicken out. So we're going to pull out our thighs after this has been braising for about 45 minutes or so in the oven. And then what we're going to do is we're going to what's called like mounting your sauce or mount burr. Some people call it different things. I just like to say I'm going to mount my sauce with butter. Essentially, we're going to bring this up to a little bit of a high temp here. And we're going to take cold butter and we're going to stir it in. And what that's going to do is that's actually going to give your sauce a really nice velvety like richness to it that I like. I'm just going to use this.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yum.
I know this seems like a lot, but it's a whole pot here. All right. And then we just kind of stir this in. What this does is it kind of just gives it like a nice richness and velvetyness to it. It's called mounting your butter, or you know, mount burr in the French. And a lot of chefs will do this at the end of a dish just to kind of give it that nice glossy and just richness to it, which we're gonna do there. Well, that looks really good. So then what we're gonna do is we are going to just throw in, I like to just throw in fresh herbs at the end.
Yep.
Because I like that pop of freshness.
Yep. And nice color.
And nice color too. And then we're just going to take it and we'll plate
the polenta. Yum. All right. So we'll just put. And I make it kind of stiff that way. You got something for the chicken to stand up on.
Exactly, and then you can kind of, like potatoes.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna take a nice piece of. Actually, we'll take this one that kind of fell apart a little bit. Kind of do this, like this, because then it's.
Here's a ladle.
Excellent, easier to eat.
And from a restaurant's point of view, it's an easy pickup.
It's an easy pickup.
It's beautiful, AJ. It's going to sell really, really great.
I hope so. I like this dish.
Yep. It's really nice. It's beautiful. So AJ she's Miss June, and this dish will be on the menu from the whole month of June. Part of the proceeds go to Savage Support, Express Yourself Milwaukee, and Courage Milwaukee. So far, from the 2018 International Women's Series, we raised $4,000.
Nice.
So that was divided between the three. We're slowly making a difference with these charities that you can actually see where your money's going, and you can see that they're making a difference with it. Like with Courage Milwaukee, actually part of their money was $1,000 cash, and then literally one day I went and they needed new dressers for the Courage house that they were just opening. And I went online and I ordered 3 dressers, and they were delivered to the house. I mean, talk about really seeing where your money's going, You'll be able to meet AJ and talk with her and hear about her story and what she's doing for the community on June 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a 3-course dinner, wine included, for $45.
That's a deal.
It is a really great deal.
It's a really good deal.
This will be one of the dishes. Let's give this a try.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Yummy. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. This is delicious.
This is what happens when you don't eat breakfast.
Yeah. Well, very yummy. And again, AJ, thank you. I know you're so busy, and it's just wonderful. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for saying yes to being a part of this. And like I said, we're slowly but surely making a difference in a lot of communities in here in Milwaukee. So thank you again for being part of it.
No problem.
Really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the 11th. So,
Sounds good.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.